Hey, if you are a family first dad who's growing a successful business, but right now you're feeling burnt out, overwhelmed, or like you're barely surviving, then this Venn diagram explains exactly why you feel that way. So it's called the Dadpreneur dilemma, where you feel like no matter how hard you work, no matter what you try, you're in the middle and you're getting pulled in all of these different directions between do I prioritize my business or prioritize my family or prioritize myself? And I want you to know that you are not failing. It's just you're trying to win at all three arenas at the exact same time. And the biggest problem with all of this is that most guys don't have a system that's just like that star in the middle that helps them thrive in all three of those areas. So my name is Mario Minner. I'm a mindset and high performance coach. And after working with over 50 plus high performing dads and business owners, I can say that what is definitely making all of this worse is all of the BS advice that's out there for entrepreneurs and time management, where it's not built for guys like you and me. It's not built for your life because most successful entrepreneurs, they don't even have successful marriages and they don't have young kids. And so that's why you get messages like this: sacrifice your life at all costs, this hustle and grind mentality and this culture. And the solutions that they push on you are things like this that you have probably tried, which you know just almost adds more overwhelm and it adds to the chaos even more. Just keep listening to audiobooks and podcasts, do 4 a.m. wake ups, do midnight deep work sessions, just have more discipline and do all these bro productivity hacks, planners, to-do lists, couples therapy, long gym sessions. See, the thing that is wrong with all these solutions is that this advice, like, it doesn't work for you because it's focused on just one piece of the puzzle, usually just business. And when you just focus on business, that's what leads to your wife feeling like she's on a deserted island. That's what leads to you burning yourself out because it's just a temporary solution in one of those key areas. And you know, like, you can't ignore your family. You can't ignore your health and you can't ignore the mental load that is building. So while most of the advice that's out there for entrepreneurs is to grind, if you are watching this, if you're on this page, then you are probably like me and you have different goals, where one of your number one goals is to show up for your wife, show up for your kids, and just be the man that your family deserves. Like, you know, you want to be the guy that's taking your wife on weekly coffee dates or date nights. You want to be the guy that's able to like have the energy and the presence to actually play with your kids, because you are probably like me, you've got young kids, and you realize that these are the most important moments of your life. And I recently came across a stat that just rocked me as a dad that I need to share with you that makes this even more important. And it's this: 91% of the time you'll ever spend with your kids happens before they turn 18. So check this out. You can see between the ages of 30 and 40, that's when you have the most amount of time that you're spending with your kids. And then after that, it just plummets. But the hardest part is during these same years, these are the years where your family needs you, but also your business needs you. And that's why you're kind of feeling pulled in those different directions. So let me just tell it to you like straight after working with 50 plus guys, like, you definitely don't need to grind more. You definitely don't need more motivation. You already have the drive, you have the potential, and you definitely don't need to seek work-life balance, because work-life balance is impossible. Think about it. You're not going to spend 50 hours a week at work and 50 hours a week with your kids. It's never like perfectly balanced. The truth is, what you need is you need a better operating system that works for your life, both your business, your family, and taking care of yourself. And you need work-life engineering. So instead of work-life balance, work-life engineering. This is a system that is not really more stuff to do. It's an easy install operating system that helps you run your business, helps you show up for your family, and take care of yourself. And so it's really kind of like an operating system that allows you to win in all three of those areas rather than just focusing on one of those three individually and those individual solutions. And it helps you avoid burnout and helps you just show up and operate at a higher level. So here's kind of how it works. First step is to install the system and then personalize it with your specific business, family, and personal priorities. And then finally, you see something like this where you have all of your different priorities in one area so that you just have a system where you can show up and you can execute. And it comes down to three phases or three steps. The first one is around rewiring your mental operating system. This is where it helps you kind of think, lead, and make decisions at a higher level so that you go from chaos to clarity. The system helps you do that. The second part is it helps you with a time optimization engine so that you have clarity on your business priorities, your family priorities, and your personal health targets. That way you're not stuck in analysis paralysis, decision fatigue, or overwhelm. And then the third part is just prioritizing your performance protocols. What this means is you're able to sustain these habits, sustain this clarity over a long period of time, because business is an endurance sport. You got to stay in it long term and avoid burnout. And once you have clarity and you have kind of like a system that looks at all three of those areas, that confident, energetic, present leader, the man that your family deserves, shows up. And that's really the process that is getting the best results for dads and business owners. Now, I mentioned that I've worked with over 50 plus dads and business owners. These are just a few examples of guys who have benefited from implementing an operating system. The first is Victor. Victor's an architect and a dad of 4, also coaches his kids' soccer team. He implemented the system, doubled his productivity, grew his business by 40%, and completely changed his mentality and leveled up as a leader. Tommy is a dad of 2. He's a professional trader, implemented this system, gained more confidence, more resilience, ended up having 3 of the best days of his 20-year career just 60 days after implementing. Steve is in real estate, has a son who's under 2, ended up implementing, growing his business by 30%, saving 10 hours a week, and really just becoming that man that his wife deserves. Hike is an industrial designer, girl dad of 2, ended up signing the biggest client in his 10-year career. So what did these guys do? They didn't do all of those solutions. They didn't hustle harder. They didn't ignore family and themselves. They just implemented an operating system. And so if that's resonating with you, and if you are a growth-minded and a driven dad and business owner, and you're ready to level up and reclaim your time, energy, and presence, I want to invite you to book a call, really just to explore if implementing this operating system is something that would personally benefit you. See, our organization is called Driven Dadpreneur, and our number one goal is to empower more dads to become the men that their families deserve. So this, for me, this isn't a business. This is a calling. This is like why I feel like I was put on this earth, is to really empower dads through these systems. And it's something that is just deeply personal to me. And so that's why I really want to invite you to book a call and just see if this is a good fit for you. Because after you book, I'll send you to a resource page that has a couple of other videos and trainings about how the system works, a lot of key questions that people ask whenever we talk to them, and just give you more information to see if it's right for you. And then on the call, I'll ask you a few questions. You can ask me some questions, and we'll just discover and see if this is the right thing for you, and we'll personalize it to you in your specific situation. Now, I've been in this position before. I've talked to hundreds of dads and business owners who are in this position. You're probably thinking something like, well, like now's not a good time. I'm like way too overwhelmed to add something new, or I just don't have time for this, man. But the truth is, that's exactly why you need something like this, because what that means is if you're thinking that, it's a symptom of not having a system that's working for you, and your current system is actually wasting your time. And this would actually help you get that back. Another thing that I hear is a lot of guys just being like, you know what, I should be able to figure this stuff out on my own, and feel like they've got to do it all themselves, that alpha mentality. But if that's you, like that's the exact mindset that is actually keeping you stuck. And instead of thinking that way, you got to start to think like an athlete, because entrepreneurs are athletes, and all of the best athletes in the world, they have coaches, they have accountability, they have systems, they have game plans, and you need that too. Another thing that I hear is like, oh, well, I can't add another expense right now. Well, this isn't a cost, it's an investment to save your time, your energy, and you grow your business sustainably. And this is just a business expense. And the way to think about it is, what is staying stuck and what's burnout wasting or costing you already? Is it 10K a month? Is it 30K a month, 50K a month? Because I had a client who once realized that he was wasting 10 to 20K a month because he wasn't operating at a high enough level. And over the span of a year, that's 120 to 240K a year problem. And I don't want that to be you. And so what I want you to do is reserve your call down below. And honestly, like this isn't going to be a hardcore sales call. I don't like hardcore sales. It's really just a clarity session to see if this is the right thing for you and see if it's a good fit. So again, on the call, what we're going to do is see what's keeping you stuck and why the current approach isn't working. We'll explain how work-life engineering can be used for you to help you save 10 hours a week. And we'll help just build a personalized plan to help you get that clarity and that confidence and that energy back. Because then on the call, we'll be able to kind of fully see what your specific situation is. And it's hard to do that in just a call like this. So honestly, like there's no risk by booking a call with us, because worst case scenario is you're going to book a call, you're going to get a bunch of training and resources. Then we get on the call and it might not be a good fit for you, but you still come away with some training. But the best case scenario is by booking a call is you end up figuring out that this is the perfect fit for you. You implement it, and within 30 to 90 days, you're just operating at a completely new level. So by you not booking a call, like the thing that is guaranteed is that you're just going to stay the exact same as you are, or potentially end up in a worse spot than you are now. And honestly, there's nothing worse than just staying stuck where you're at. So if you do not want to like stay stuck where you're at, then I highly recommend that you book a call, send me a message on Instagram if you have any questions. And I look forward to connecting with you and look forward to seeing you on the call.